to serve other people. I wanted to be a cop. I decided, by the time I was 5, that was it. I was going to be a cop. So I'm arresting the neighborhood kids and the neighborhood dogs. The kids would say something, they'd get whacked with my plastic baton, you know, and it was... Life went on, went through high school, joined the Army at age 17, went into the military, got out, worked odd jobs until I was 21, and in 1995 I became a full-time police officer, which I did until 2009. Well, that time in the middle, working as a cop, you tend to eat things that you probably shouldn't. Donuts. We call them power rings because we all need good carbohydrates for energy, right? Drive fast, did a lot of cool stuff, did a lot of terrible stuff. Worked narcotics for a while, and I ballooned up to 260 pounds. Sitting in a car, watching people. You know, people think, they watch the shows on TV and they think, man, that's all action, that stuff's great. 99% of the time, it's sheer boredom, and the 1% it's interspersed with sheer terror. And that's the truth. So, I have this weight problem. I'm 260 pounds, and I'm thinking, man, I got to do something. So, I start working out twice a day. I'm working narcotics. I hit the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm on that bike pedaling, which is probably why I hate spinning today. But do that in the morning, and then in the evening, I'm spinning again for an hour, and I drop down to 224, and I plateau. You know, I think I know about nutrition. I'm eating salad for lunch. I'm putting gobs of cheese on top, and salad dressing, and croutons, and ham, and this. You take something healthy, and then you make it something that's not. So you get stuck. And I go through my career, and I'm going along, and then, like what happens to 65% of cops, I get divorced. And then I get broke. I mean, broke. Literally digging through couch cushions to find change so I can buy tasty ramen noodles, another nutritional feat of our great country. And I'm sitting on the couch one day, and this is back in 2002. And on comes this infomercial. There's this dark-haired guy standing on the beach, and you can tell his shirt is taped to his chest. He's talking about this program, Power 90. I'm thinking, that's kind of interesting. Usually I just change the channel, but for whatever reason, I couldn't. And the girl I'd been dating at the time says, you know what, you ought to buy that, I'll do it with you. Well, I stuck with it, she didn't. I dropped 40 pounds in 90 days doing just that. And what I noticed was I'm starting not only to look different, but I'm starting to get my confidence back. I'm starting to feel better. So then I kind of went back to my traditional workouts, gained about 10 pounds the wrong way. And then on comes this infomercial one day, and I noticed Beachbody, and I'm like, hey, that's the same one that guy was in, Tony Horton. And it's called Slim and Six. And I'm like, well, it's a chick workout. How hard could that be? I couldn't walk for 3 days after I started Slim and Six. But that's when I found the message boards through Beachbody. And being the type of person that I was, where I was really motivated about helping other people, I started interacting, and I really fell in love with it. I'm telling people about the pitfalls I had along the way, the victories along the way, and trying to help people find the fitness that I had. By the way, I lost 30 pounds in 6 weeks with Slim and Six. With the encouragement of the people on the message boards, I submitted my before and after story. And for those of you that have been around Beachbody for a while, the Power 90 success story, you get to go to Hawaii. The Slim and Six success story, you get to go out to California, meet Debbie Sieber's, work out, and be in an infomercial. So, and I'm not exaggerating. Because of the people on the message boards I submitted, I ended up being one of the success stories in 2003. I went out to California, met Debbie, worked out. The last night that we're at this party, it's like a success party, in walks Tony Horton. And I'm like, I've got to meet this guy. This is the guy that started to change my life. So I went up and introduced myself, and we had the same kind of wacky, zany personality, so we instantly clicked as friends. We're standing around talking. He ends up giving myself and 3 others a ride back to our hotel in his SUV because we got to leave the next morning. So we're sitting around in the lobby talking, and he's telling us about how he's so excited about this program that they just created. They just finished their first test group for a program called P90X. So he ran us through AbRipRx that night right there in the lobby.
Classic.
So,
Classic.
Yeah, I'm laying there crippled on my side, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I thought it was a shape. I can't wait to get this thing. So I get back, and I immerse myself in P90, or Power 90, and all the Beachbody programs, Slim Series, Great Body Guarantee, Power Half Hour. And I just can't wait for P90X to come out. And, you know, Carl Deichler decides we're going to release P90X and we're going to share this experience. He's going to do it in 100 customers, and I get to be one of the 100 customers that did it. They literally overnighted us our stuff on Friday. We started all together on a Saturday morning, and then we went through our 90 days, documented it. I ended up in the first infomercial for P90X. Well, along that time too, I'm still fully engaged, fully immersed in the message boards because I want to help other people. That's my goal. How many of you out there, and I've got to take a little sidebar here, so I apologize. How many of you here have had like a horrible day in your life, and all of a sudden you shift your focus to helping somebody else, and your problems disappear? Has anybody experienced that? That's how it is constantly for me on the message boards and in this business. So we get through P90X, and I'm going to Tony's fitness camps all over the country now because I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, you know. It's a good thing, it's healthy. And we just become better and better friends. And then in November of 2006, I'm still working as a cop. I'm not having to eat ramen noodles, but I've graduated to Totino's frozen pizza and beer, you know, which is much better. And I've got the nutrition figured out seriously by this point. But I get a call from Carl Deichler. He says, "Hey man, I want to fly you out here to California. Put you up in the Beverly Hills. We're going to be in Beverly Hills. We'll be at the Beverly Wilshire Hotel." Thinking, okay, this isn't bad so far. I've got this idea about a business opportunity I want to talk to you about. Okay, I'm in. So my immediate circle of friends, my family, oh, it's a pyramid scheme. Don't go out there, it's a pyramid scheme. My mom, honey, it's a scheme. No, Mom, it's not. I've been doing these workouts with this company since 2002. I believe in the company. I believe in what it stands for, and I know these guys are not going to do anything that's less than reputable. So I fly out there. I'm still relatively broke. Sit for 2 days, and I go through this presentation that talks about binary pay systems and multi-level marketing, and I have no idea what the heck they're talking about whatsoever. I've been a cop for, at that time, 12 years. But I have a strong passion for helping people, and I have a strong passion for the products, and I have a strong passion for the fitness products, and I know that they work. I literally maxed out my last available credit card to pay the $40 to sign up as a coach, with the mindset of, if I can make enough money to offset the cost of my supplements and stuff that I'm going to use anyways, cool, what have I got to lose? I'm in this. So I get back, like the other founders did. There was 41 of us. 10 of us that came on were customers. The rest were multi-level marketers. And I must have vomited the information about this all over everybody. You know, it's like Craig with the spear. I'm chasing people. Hey, wait, I got to tell you about this opportunity. Come back here. And I had no idea what I was doing. We had no tools. You know, people say founders had it easy. We had absolutely nothing. We had to develop training. We had to develop webinars. We had the MLM people teaching us the marketing side. We're teaching them the spirit of what Beachbody is really about. But somehow we managed to stick together and we wrote it through. So about 2 years into the business, actually I take that back. The market kicked off January 1st of 07. June 12th, 2008, my dad was diagnosed with esophageal cancer. By this time I had been working the business, and I was probably just under 6 figures a year working at part-time, about 20 hours a week. So I'm doing my full-time job, working part-time. And my dad's in Massachusetts, I live in Illinois. I end up taking off, going out to Massachusetts for his surgeries. He gets through that, and has to have a couple of them. You know, things aren't going very well. So April of 09, he's had another reconstructive surgery, and I'm sitting in his recovery room contacting customers on my computer. And by this time, too, I have to tell you, I've been involved in a couple of shootings in the department. I've had friends shot during an ambush. I've got lawsuits pending from the shootings that I was in. They're all good, by the way. But it's very, very stressful. And I had reached a point with that career where I no longer liked what I was doing. My passion was in Beachbody, and was in fitness, and was in helping people. So as I'm sitting there in his recovery room and I'm looking over at him laying in bed there sleeping, I decide, I'm not going back to this. this is what I want to do full time. I close my laptop, I go out in the hallway. I call my lieutenant at home and I say, hey man, Miss Briggs, I just wanted to tell you I'm not coming back. My passion's in fitness, my passion's in helping people. I still have that calling to help people, but now everybody waves with all their fingers extended when I show up. I blew through my family medical leave, I think, in 3 weeks. And my dad had a long process. There was several months. I'm in the hospital with him. Basically, my brother took day shift, so he was there from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. I had 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. round the clock. And had it not been for the blessing of my Beachbody business, I couldn't have been there. We had time to have every conversation that a father and son needed to have. On October 14th of 2009, I was with my dad in his house holding his hand when he took his last breath. Nothing had been left unsaid. Nothing had been left unspoken. Had it not been for Beachbody, I would have been like so many other people that go through life and don't get to say the important things that need to be said when they need to be said. This business made an impact on my life that I never knew it was going to. It gave me that time to have closure with my dad, to be with him, to be there for my mom, to help with things afterwards. I gave him my word before he died that I'd take care of her. Since then, we've gotten her a new car. We've got her lawn service. I spoil her absolutely as rotten as I can, and she hates it, which I love, because, you know, they provide for us, and now she's in her later years, and I get to provide for her. So I get to continue to help her. You know, so often we go through life thinking we live this one day at a time, and it's just living through this day so we can get to the next day, so we can get to the one after that. We have our heads down, and we forget what our dreams can be, and we forget that dreams can be realized. I am very much a regular guy. I'm a jeans and t-shirt guy. I always have been. I always will be. I love flying first class now because I pull off my sweatshirt and I'm all tatted out, and the people in first class think it's weird, and I'll roll up and get out of a Mercedes, and people are like, where do you steal that thing? It's kind of my way to play with people a little bit, but my point to all of you is this. If you have a strong enough heart and passion and desire to make your dreams come true, this is something that can help you get there. This business can take you there. There's no reason that it can't. I want to leave you with 3 takeaways. Okay? The first thing is, we have a Coach Online University. How many of you, first of all, are coaches in the room? Okay. Now, I want to see hands up tall. How many of you have not completed the Coach Online University and got your certificate printed out? Be honest.
Oh, I didn't get the certificate.
Mm-hmm. I did the same thing in Boston a couple weeks ago, and it was the same thing. About 70% of the hands in the room went up. Here's what I'm going to challenge each of you to do. I want you to complete that. I want you to send me your certificate showing that it's done, because that is the most comprehensive tool for coaches to learn the basics about how to work this business. You need to have accountability with your coaches. You need to have accountability with somebody above you. You need to have a mentor. You need to have a mentor for your fitness. You need to have a mentor for your business. No matter what level you are at, there is somebody above you that can teach you. If you haven't gone through the online university, how are you properly sponsoring a coach? Because if you think it's about selling them a bag of Shakeology and sticking that money in your pocket and walking off to the next one and calling yourself a coach, you're wrong. Shakeology is a great product, but all of us that have been on these products and used these programs for a long time, we all know you have to have physical activity, working out, and you have to have the diet in line, and you have to know how you're eating. You have to know all of these components together, how many calories you need. It's the same way with a coach. If you're sponsoring a coach and you're not providing them the tools to teach them how to become healthy in their business, how to become healthy as coaches, then you're leaving them out there to hang, and you're not doing your job. You have to have a high level of accountability. How many of you have completed a Getting Started Right interview with your upline sponsor? How many of you have not? right? How do you know what somebody wants out of this business if you don't have a getting started right interview with them to find out what they want? That's like running into somebody on the street that talks about wanting to get in shape and you try and sell them P90X. Maybe they don't like that. Maybe they like Turbo Fire. Maybe they want hip-hop abs. Maybe they like to dance and get their groove on. You have to ask questions and then create that accountability. Create homework. When I do that GSR, I walk coaches through it. Somebody owes me push-ups. I'm just kidding, sorry. You have to create that accountability with people. If somebody tells me, we go through the GSR and they tell me that they want to get out of their business or they want to get into doing fitness full time, and they say, I can only work this 8 hours a week, guess what? I'm going to give them 8 hours worth of homework. And then I'm going to tell them, it's your responsibility to do the homework that I tell you to do. It's your responsibility to get back to me and let me know that you've done it. And then I'm going to ask you, do you have any questions about what you went through? Is there anything you're struggling with? Is there anything that we need to clarify? Now, how about next week? Do you have the same amount? Less time, more time, about the same. And I'm going to give that to them. So that's one long takeaway. I apologize there. The second thing is be persistent and consistent in your business just like you are in your fitness. How many of you in here work out 3 times a week? Okay? Just 3 times a week. If you're just working out 3 times a week, as Tony Horton likes to say, you may as well throw yourself down a flight of stairs because you're going to get sore, but you're not going to see results. It's the same thing. Okay? You have to do it every day as you can do it. If you have, here's the other thing. People say, well, I don't have time for this business. The Coach Online Academy is broken down into 10-minute lessons scattered throughout. The videos online, the training webinars are online. You know, sit down, and I don't know how much he's going to cover. If I sound a little bit like him, it's because he's my business mentor. In 2010, I was stuck at 4-star diamond. I plateaued. I started working with Craig. I started doing this accountability with my coaches. I went to 9-star diamond in 9 months. And it's all because of the things he taught. If you don't have a CD set, buy it. And if I sound like an infomercial, I apologize, but we're a fitness company, and that's something we sell, and it's something that's going to help you grow this business, so please invest in it. But persistent, consistent behavior is what's going to make you succeed. If you do it sort of every now and then, it's never going to be anything more than a hobby to you or a habit. You have to get after it. And this last part is the most important part. Have a servant's heart. Don't make it about what you want. Don't focus on putting money in your pocket. Make it about touching the lives of the people around you. If we each laid hands on all of the people that were in our scope of influence, imagine how much we could change the world. Because we positively influence them and they reach out to the people around them. I was telling Craig earlier this morning, I have a friend that I had grown up with. We went to kindergarten through high school together. And back in 2008 when my dad was sick, I was in my hometown back there. And he got a hold of me through Facebook. He said, hey, I heard you're in town. You got a minute to talk? So I called him up on the phone, and he says, you know, I know you're into this fitness thing. I'm 320 pounds. I'm on blood pressure medicine. I've got diabetes. I'm on a sleep apnea monitor. My mom's in poor health, and she's trying to take care of me. I can't do stuff with my kids. I was a professional wrestler, and now I really can't do much of anything. And while we're on the phone, I'm on my laptop pulling up my online store. I said, hey, Mark, what's your home address? And he rattles it off. I type it in. He's like, why do you want my address? And I said, because I'm going to send you the program that I did first that got me started with this, and you're going to do it, or I'm going to come find you and kick your ass. Well, he did it, and he stayed in touch with me as he's going through it. And he lost 60 pounds in his first round. I think he lost 30 pounds or 40 pounds in his second round, 30 pounds in his third round. Long story made good. He got a hold of me about 3 months ago. He's down to 205 pounds. He's off all of his meds. He's off of his sleep apnea monitor, and he said, dude, I have to credit you with saving my life. There is absolutely no amount of money that you can put on things like that. And that's what we hold in our hands with this opportunity. It's a way for you to make your dreams come true, but more importantly, it's a way for you to touch the lives of everybody around you and make their lives better. which will make you a better person in return.